Hello, we are live. Welcome to stream number 32 of the 90-Day Novel Writing Challenge. I am Cody, and I was attempting to write the first draft of a fantasy book in 90 days, but I did it in 78. So here we are. But welcome in. I have some friends here, and also this is the second to last stream. Can any of you believe it? This is crazy. But I have some lovely friends with me here today. I have Madeline. How are things going with the book?
Good. I finished my my last pass, so it's ready for ARC readers. And then I'll just have to do the proofread pass, and it's ready to publish. And I'm gonna write a bonus scene as like a warm newsletter magnet at the end of the book of like, oh, if you want to read this scene from this person's POV, send it for my newsletter.
Ooh, we love a newsletter magnet. Yes, that's so exciting. Oh gosh, you're right at the end, and you have a cover reveal happening next month, correct?
Yeah, the 15th.
Oh, we are so close. It's like literally 2 weeks at this point, which is crazy to think. January 15th is 2 weeks away.
Oh,
where did the time go?
I don't know.
And then we also have CK here. Hey, friend, how you doing?
I'm so tired. I like literally woke up from a nap like 10 minutes ago, and I like snoozed my alarm from 5 minutes before that. So I'm like, I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's going. I'm here, excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here. What is the most recent projects? I know you finished Project Death.
Yes,
so
I finished Project Death.
What are we working on now?
I've been revising my gender fluid Cinderella retelling.
Ooh.
It's a blast and a half, and I started the like second draft rewrite this week while I was home and with my family in California. Wow, it is so much work. Because I started this story in like 2023, so I have like 2 years of experience to like bring the like writing up to my current level.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of work, but it's going to be so good, and I have big plans for this book. It's going to be really good.
I'm so excited. Yeah, for me, the second draft is the hardest because you have to somehow take this mumbo jumbo that you wrote out in the first draft and make it make sense enough to maybe have someone else read it or for it to make sense to you.
Yeah.
That's where the most rewrites happen, is between draft 1 and draft 2. It's a tough time.
Absolutely. And it's a mess. It's a big mess right now, but I have a very expansive spreadsheet.
We love a spreadsheet.
Yes.
But also, it has to be encouraging to see how your writing has improved from 2 years ago. And like, it's 2 years ago, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that long ago. And to see how much you've improved in that short amount of time through the other projects you've worked on, like it's just so cool.
Right. And I finished how many novels? 1 sec. I think I finished 5 novels since I finished this one 2 years ago.
Wow.
5 including.
So, yeah. A lot more experience.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. I love that. Well, we're gonna be taking a little moment to gush on our accomplishments this year. So really quick, let me say hello to all of our friends in the chat. We have Elijah here. I'm excited. I'm a bit late, but I'm starting my 90-day novel challenge as of now. That's so fun. I did see there was someone else that recently joined the Discord and left a comment saying that they were going to do the 90-day novel challenge, but in Q1 of 2026, and they were going to be following along all the streams. And I was like, that's so cool, and I love that. So you can do the 90-day novel challenge in any quarter that you want, whichever one works best for you. We have Savannah here. Hello. Jade. Wow, I'm actually early for once. Hello. So happy to have you here, Jade. We have Julia here. Good evening to you as well. Alex, howdy, friends. Hope all who celebrate had an amazing Christmas. Yes, I did have a wonderful, wonderful break. I did not want it to end. I did have to go back to work on Monday, and it was very sad. But we do have Thursday and Friday off for New Year's. So go back to work for 3 days, and then we're off for 4 more. So, can't really complain. And no one is there. No one is doing anything. So we're just kind of sitting around. Me and my, if you work with me and you see this video, no, you didn't. But me and one of my coworkers today spent 2.5 hours playing Phase 10 in my office. It was awesome. It's so fun. And so we're just vibing. We did some reading. We yapped. played some Phase 10, sent like 1 or 2 emails maybe, but that was the extent of my day at work, and it was awesome.
Nice.
Savannah just came from Taylor's live. Happy to be here. Oh, Taylor was doing her, I think her yap session that she does, question mark. So fun, so fun. Hello, welcome in. Hey, Ian, long time no see, buddy. We're happy to have you here. Hello, Miley. Julia, welcome in. It's not my birthday, but thank you. It's your birthday. I'll miss the streams. Congrats on 78 days. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Honestly, I shocked myself, but I hit the end of Act 3 and couldn't stop. Really couldn't stop. I think on the last day I wrote like 3,300 words because I couldn't. I was like, I'm so close. I have to finish it right now. We need to peer pressure Cody into continuing the streams. Hey, the streams aren't going anywhere. In January they are. January I will disappear from the internet and hibernate for a little while, but there will be some video content that will be posted for you in January. I'm going to be doing, my like 2025 wrapped, kind of like all the things that happened, the stats, the fun things. And then also there'll be a 2026 goals video. And then obviously the 90-day novel writing vlog. That will be so long. I'm afraid to know how long that video is going to be. But I have an entire month to do it because I'm planning on that one to go up at the end of January. So I have plenty of time to edit however much freaking footage I have. But once I get past all of that, I'm sure I'll be back to doing it at least like maybe 1 live stream a week because I'm going to be picking up revising again in February. So I'm going to need some accountability buddies for that. Don't you worry.
Nice.
Oh, not Siri listening to me, girl. Hello, Jenna. Welcome in. Good eve, everyone. Hope you had a great day. We'll be working on my rough outline and hopefully chapter 1 this evening. Love that, Alyssa. Hello, Cece and Felicity. Also doing a 90-day novel challenge starting next month. Such a great idea. 180 days instead, as I'm only halfway. Hey, whatever works for you. Literally, the whole birth of this challenge was because NaNoWriMo, the 30 days, did not work for me. So I turned it into 90 days. So, do whatever you want, whatever works for you. Because 30 days burnt me out real quick last year. Been having a day, part of my ceiling at work collapsed due to flooding due to the upstairs, but it is what it is. Cece.
Oh, wow.
Right. Is everyone like, all right? At least it was your ceiling at work and not your one at home, Because the ceiling at work, you don't have to pay for it.
Relatable.
Yes, I hope everyone is okay. Do let us know. Spontaneous live is what Taylor was doing. Oh, I didn't even know. How fun. I'll have to go and watch the replay after this and see what she was up to. Because I know what she's been working on, but she hasn't told the world what she's been working on. So I'm not going to be the one to spill the beans. 730 days. That's fine. Because you know what? That's 730 days that you showed up and worked on your writing. And that's meant to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
30 days is crazy. I don't know why we ever thought that was a good idea. And in the November, where the holidays are starting and you're out of town visiting people, couldn't be me.
Some of us are crazy and we think it's fun to do it in 30 days.
Hey, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Whatever, I would never yuck anyone's yum. But my brain, she can't pump out a whole bunch. We did. We did do it, but I couldn't write for like 2 months after that. And I can definitely tell the difference because now that I'm at the end of this challenge, I'm already itching to jump into some revising of my next book. Like I'm still excited to sit down and write, which is a good sign that I found the sweet spot of what I'm able to do and how much time I'm able to do it in. So love that. Everything and everyone is okay. It happened early, some damages to some products, but no one got hurt. Amen. That's all we can ask for. And hopefully they'll get it fixed soon because How's the weather been where y'all are? Has it been yo-yoing like it has been here?
Yes. It's currently snowing right now.
I'm jealous. I want snow so bad. We usually don't get snow till like late January, early February, but
We don't either, but I'm at my in-laws right now, hence the weird background. I'm in my sister-in-law's room.
love. Is there like vines hanging from the
Yeah.
ceiling?
Yeah.
Love.
I also would like snow. We're supposed to have snow like a month ago here. No sign of it. So
Yeah.
kind of mad that I came back from California and there was still no snow.
That is sad. We
Yeah.
literally the week of Christmas, it was 75 all week.
Yeah.
And I was like wanting to wear my Christmas sweater, but I couldn't because I would sweat. And I don't like to sweat. So I was in t-shirts and shorts on Christmas Day. And then literally the very next week, like this week, I think yesterday the low was 13. And I'm like, where was this last week? And where was the snow? Because it was just raining. And I was like, if we had had cold temperatures, we would have had good snow. And I was just very bummed about it.
Rough.
Oh, see, that sounds about like where it was like here. 70 to like 15 in one day. Yes, it literally happened overnight. Like I woke up the next morning, stepped out my door to go to work and was like, nope, I need a bigger jacket than what I have on right now. Going to be editing a podcast episode tonight. Hopefully we'll finish, probably not. That's still really fun, really cool. Frigid where I'm at. Thankfully, I'm nice and cozy inside. Same. Nice and cozy. Got my sweater, got the window open a little bit, just to let a little bit of the cold in, but not too much, Freezing rain, that's the scary kind. I don't like freezing rain. Because that I will not be leaving my house if there is freezing rain. Do not like that. Okay. So I'm caught up on chat, and I would just like to take a moment to talk about a couple things that you're proud of that you accomplished this year. So if whoever wants to go first.
I can go. I have some things.
Okay.
I
The
wrote
chat. Tell me also some things that you're proud of this year.
drop all your stuff as I try to consolidate my things.
You don't even have to consolidate it. Brag on yourself.
Okay, I will not consolidate it. I finished 3 novel first drafts this year, from January to October, and then I took an extended break, which I'm really proud of myself for taking a break because I was going real hard this year. But I finished Heretics, which is a sci-fi enemies to lovers novels. If you read This Is How You Lose the Time War and you like Star Wars, you'll love Heretics.
Oh, say less.
Also, I just got a really pretty copy of This Is How We Lose the Time War. Can I reach it without dropping all these other books? Look at this.
Oh.
That is so pretty.
Anyways, got this because it was 25% off, and I was like, "You're joking." So I finished that one. I finished A Little Mermaid retelling. That has more of the vibes of like Moana. It's more like it's not a direct like pull from any one specific Pacific Islander culture, but it's like a tropical Little Mermaid retelling. But it's gender bent and reversed, so a human becomes a mermaid instead of a mermaid becoming a human, and that ensue. It is pretty great. Honestly, I haven't touched that project in 6 months. I couldn't tell you much more about it. And then I did Project Death, which is something that I'm really proud of. I don't really know how to pitch it yet. It's Becky Chambers, A Psalm for the Wild Built, and Prayer for the Crown Shy, Monk and Robot series meets Spiritfarer, the video game.
Wow.
Have either of you ever played it?
Yeah.
I have not.
Okay.
You said Spiritfarer?
Spiritfarer.
Yeah. It's so cute.
It's so
I'm
cute.
about to look it up.
It's a game about death. It's so cute. It's one of my very favorites. And it goes on sale for like $2 frequently. So grab it on a sale and play it and you'll cry.
Wow.
I pulled up my writing stats and I was not very diligent at tracking this year. So this is lowballing it. I wrote about 245,000 words this year.
Nice.
And I did just about 500 hours of writing. So I am...
That's awesome. Man, CK, you crushed it this year.
I'm
Truly.
really proud of it. I like kind of killed it, and I have like other stuff behind the scenes that I'm working on that I'm not going to talk about yet.
And yeah, keep it close until
Yeah,
you're ready.
move in silence and all that. I keep getting tarot draws and they're like move in silence, and I'm like, okay, I understand that. Yeah, too much.
Okay, I get it. I love that.
Thank you for holding space for me to talk about my accomplishments. I really appreciate it.
Of course, we should all talk about our accomplishments because
Oh.
I mean, I was gonna say this off stream, but I was because I actually right before we hopped on here, I filmed the final clip of my 90-day novel vlog, and I was just getting all the reflective thoughts, and there was a part of me that felt like I hadn't done enough this year to warrant doing like one of those like writer rap that I've been seeing all over Instagram. But then I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it anyways. And then as I started like looking through, I was like, oh, I did a lot this year. Like I did so many things. So many firsts happened this year, and I was like, I need to talk about this. I need to celebrate this. But we'll get to that. And then also, if you haven't gone and seen my writer wrapped on my Instagram, if you want to go show it some love, at Cody the Writer, feel free.
I love that so much, actually, Cody. I saw it earlier today, like right as I was getting onto my plane, I think. And I was like, wow, there was something that I've been following you all year, and we've chatted a lot this year. Like, this is the year we really became friends.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even know, like, I didn't realize that you hit the charts on Amazon with Ghostwriters Club. And like, that's so slay. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I didn't really like post about it. It was kind of like a little like personal accomplishment that I just kind of was like held to, but I'm glad I kept the screenshot of it because I had it in my phone and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. And so it was just like another cool thing that I got to add to the list, But yeah, Madeline, what about you?
2025 has been psycho bananas for me. I mean, writing wise, the book that I'm publishing that I just finished, the final draft, other than the proofread, was a first draft at the start of the year. So I've done like 5 or 6 more drafts of it throughout the year, which has been a lot. So I had all of that going on. I ended up deciding to quit my job in June. And so I started up my Patreon, and so now all the stuff funneling into the author stuff is all the YouTube stuff and the Patreon stuff and everything that I do, mainly on the world building side. So that's been kind of crazy. I feel like I haven't earned it, but I'm still getting to live the dream life. So I have complicated feelings about that, but it's still great, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I ran a world building festival on YouTube in September, which was really cool. That was really, really cool. And I did the other big thing I did this year that I'm really proud of is I started doing a lot more conlanging stuff, which is like building a constructed language. Mm-hmm. And I started with the idea of building, I wanted to build a spell language that actually made sense. And it progressed to the point where it basically was a real language. And I participated in a couple of relays. Sort of imagine a big game of telephone, except in the languages you've created. So you get a text and their grammar, and you have to translate their text into English and then translate it into your language and pass it on. And I was able to do that with my language, which is really, really cool. So I'm very proud of that.
So cool. I wouldn't even know where to start with building a language. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's been very cool.
I've gone to writing conference classes on building a language, and I have so many resources for it, and I'm still terrified of it. So that's so sick.
Right. Yeah. That is you can say I made a freaking language.
Yeah, it was so cool. And to be completely honest, the only reason I've been successful with it is because I have so many people that help me. The community is amazing. So I started doing it on stream, live on my YouTube stream, and I had so many conlangers that watch it and that would help me and teach me how to do it as I was doing it. And then I met other ones and was able to sit down with them, and they just would let's do a Zoom call. I was a linguistics professor for 30 years. Let's chat, it's been insane.
That is amazing. Mm-hmm. Honey, this is not the time to be squeaking.
Can I squeak a little bit to not feel like you've earned it and the imposter syndrome for a second?
Yeah.
I really get it. I've been struggling with that a lot this year. And so I think something that can be really helpful to recognize is and this may not fit in with your paradigm, so if it doesn't spark joy, don't take it. But one thing I've been telling myself is like, we don't do anything to deserve anything. Like, we are handed blessings, and sometimes we're handed like trials or curses or whatever you want to like look at it. Like, sometimes it's a curse, but oftentimes we are just handed blessings, and we just have to make the most of it and like enjoy it while we have it.
Right.
Because, like,
life's too short not to appreciate the blessings, you know?
Yeah. But if you like, even if you did nothing to earn it, you would like still like deserve it because you're a good person and you put in the work. You're putting so much work to be where you are now, and you should like recognize that and honor it in yourself because like even if you don't deserve it, like you do, even if you don't like feel it. Your accomplishments because you're super cool.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to read this book in 2026. It's going to be amazing.
I'm so scared, but it'll be good.
Yeah, it's so scary, but it's going to be. Because I found your channel this year, and so I've been like pretty much following your journey all year through your revisions of this book and getting to get transition into full-time authorhood and learning and seeing your trial and error and figuring out what works for you and, with your schedule and your kids and all that stuff. Like, I mean, you have been working nonstop and you have been killing it. And it's just so cool. I'm so happy to have, because I was doing my stats and we'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow, but across the 33 streams after tomorrow's stream, there will have been 20 different AuthorTube channels represented in these live streams over the 90-day novel challenge. And across like that, I just feel like this challenge opened up so many like different opportunities for me to just get to know people that I've watched their videos and stuff on like a deeper level and get to like hear their trials and their successes and all that stuff. And it's really been super cool to just get to know all of these people that were just names on a screen at one point, but now like every person that's been on this channel feels like a fully fleshed out person that I know about, and I know a little bit about their life and their families and stuff like that. It's so cool. And everyone in the chat that has been here for all or most of the streams, like it's just been so cool getting to hang out. And there's been new people that have found me through this challenge and have taken on the challenge themselves. And it's really been like I say it all the time, like this 2025 has, while it was, there was some months where I was dealing with some of the worst mental health that I've, dealt with, but that was just, stress induced and all that stuff. But it truly has been like the coolest, most awesome year of my life. And, I don't take it for granted. I published my first book this year.
Yeah.
Which, so like she finally made it out into the world. And I did the second draft of my second book and sent that to beta readers, took notes for draft 3, and first drafted my third book in all this year.
That's
and
crazy.
So like if I count all because I probably did like 2 drafts of this between January and April when it finally came out. So 4-ish drafts this year. And I was like, but there was a part of me that felt like I hadn't done enough. And I was like, why is that? We've all crushed it. And it's just everyone that is here, take a moment to just look back, because sometimes like January feels like 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did. That was this year that I did that. Yeah. And so in the moment, it's sometimes hard to see how far you've come in the year. But when you look back, it's like, oh, so much happened. And we should all be so proud. And there's some accomplishments here in the chat that I want to shout out. Let me see if I can find them again, because I have some reason scrolled back to the top of the chat. Let's see. People talking about freezing rain and ice and more ice. Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Alex says, I'm proud that I started a writing project that I haven't abandoned. Got all through Act 1 on a project that I have mentioned in other live stream chats. Also, finding this community is A+. Oh, I love that for you, Alex. And I just know you're going to see this one all the way through to the end. I believe it. And I'm speaking it into existence.
Yeah.
Also, Free Range Female wants to be CK when they grow up.
You're literally going to make me cry. I'm going to screenshot this again with us in the feed if you can keep it up.
Do what?
Can I screenshot it?
Yeah, screenshot it. Make sure you're smiling for the screenshot.
I was just gonna be like
Love-
crying in it, actually.
Yeah.
So sweet.
That's
Also, hi Rachel, welcome in. Thank you so much, y'all. Everyone in the chat is also so awesomely talented. Truly, Alyssa is proud that they decided to write their first ever novel, and they're hoping to start writing it starting next year in January.
That's so
That's so
exciting.
exciting.
That's so awesome.
I love that. The first novel is such a whirlwind of just like fumbles and not knowing. Like, I think Meredith described it best when she said draft one is like flailing through a draft. It's just like you're just crashing into everything, and it is just a hot mess to the end. But that's what it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's also just such a special, sacred experience to like be engaging in the act of creation like that scale on the first time. I'm just so emotional.
Yeah, I know. We're all in our feelings, and I'll be even more in my feelings tomorrow for the final stream.
My
But
gosh,
it's fine. We're fine.
Well, I hope you're giving yourself credit, Cody, for all the community you've built the last few months. Like, that's a serious thing.
Yeah, and while I wish I could have participated more, I still did what I could, and I'm proud of doing what I could, you know. And the Discord community, like, just it was so cool getting to see people in there, even when I wasn't like active in the chat, you know, seeing people just interact with one another and make friends within that group. It was just so cool to see that. And like, there was a troll bridge group at one point that we had, and that were just because they would always troll the sprint chat when they were like, so instead of being in the general chat. So we just had like a whole troll group society in the Discord. It was so cool to just meet everyone. And Miley says they've been listening while sewing and just feeling so much gratitude for this community, so much pride in it. You guys have really done beautiful things this year and inspired and encouraged me. Oh,
can I actually just shout out Miley for a second? Because Miley,
you absolutely can.
Kept me going this year through those 3 first drafts, and also I forgot I published a book this year.
Hello.
I published 2 books this year and a paper.
Hello.
Sorry, I did a lot this year. But Miley was there for me so constantly and consistently, and for so many brainstorms and so many snippet sharings. And I just love you, Miley. Like, every moment I get, I'm so thankful for you.
Yes, we all love you, Miley. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our little corner of the internet. Appreciate everyone in the chat so much. But before I get too emotional, I think it's time. I think we need to jump into our first sprint of the evening. So without further ado, friends, 40 minutes is on the clock. Real quick, Madeline, what are you going to be working on for this first 40 minutes?
That I'm going to try this bonus scene that's going to be from an existing scene that's in the book, but from the love interest point of view. So we're going to try that. We're going to start it.
Love. CK, what are we going to be working on?
Honestly, I'm probably working on unpacking and cleaning my room because, like I said, I got home earlier today, and you cannot see my desk right now because you're on my desk, but I have like 20 or 30 books on my desk from various places, and they need to get shelved.
I love that. We love a tidy. I am going to make some dinner, and then I would like to script out a couple of YouTube videos so I can film them this weekend. And I'm going to be reading some more in this book. It's the book my friend got me for Christmas, The Ritual. Oh. And it is super ooky spooky. It's a British psychological folk horror about 4 guys who are on this like hiking camping trip, and they stumble across this ancient burial ground, and chaos ensues. So I'm about 150 pages in. I'm on chapter 32, and so I'm going to keep trucking along in that as well. That is my plan and my goal for this 40 minutes. But with that, everyone, 40 minutes is on the clock. Best of luck, and whatever you're doing, have a great time. We'll see you in 40. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good timer.
Yes, we had a lot of timer issues on that sprint. At one point, it completely just stopped for like a few minutes and then it disappeared. I don't know how all that happened.
Huh.
Could have been me. I was clicking through lots of tabs, doing my Google Docs and stuff, and then also I had to go and collect all of my stats to see if what goals I achieved, what I didn't achieve, and then also so I finished the script for the goals video 2025 and what I want to do in 2026. Ate some dinner, fed the animals their dinner, and I was just uploading the last of my 90-day novel footage to my flash drive. So that is how the sprint went for me. How did it go for you guys? Madeline, how'd you do?
Pretty good. I wrote probably a new 500, 600 words and deleted a bunch of I copied over the existing scene and deleted everything that was not relevant for the new POV, so like all the interiority of the other character and stuff. I'm just fitting in all the things and trying to think about like, okay, what would the character have been doing and all their strategies in the background and trying to pull all that in as fun details and stuff. So it's a good start.
Love. CK, how did you do? How did the unpacking go?
I cleared up some of my desk. It's not all done, but I also made dinner so I made like a tomato jam, which took like half the sprint for like a grilled cheese, and it was so good. So I made and ate dinner, and then I like did some cleaning, and I got about half the bookshelf. My bookshelf is in the closet. You can see the open still. And you were just talking about feeding your pets, and I realized that I didn't re-enable Maisie's feeding plan since we got back. So I just got her just now.
Let's say I see her in the bag just.
Yes, she's not very well this week because she gets stressed when we travel.
Yeah,
we gotta get her back on that thing. But she was sitting right there on the edge of my bed. I'm like, wait a second, she's hungry.
Yeah,
because like I fed her when we got home, but that was like 2 p.m. and she needs more food than that because she hasn't eaten like anything either.
Yeah. I also get stressed when I travel, so I get it. Okay, let's see how chat did. Also, I started this so I wouldn't forget to come back to it. But before we started our sprint, Julia said that they're proud that they got a permanent teaching contract this year. And they wrote a first draft and a detailed outline.
That's
so Julia had to come back and give you your flowers because that is amazing news. Love that. Alex says, feel that so much for the first draft, for draft 1 being flailing. The worst bit is when I'm trying to write it and my brain starts to try and figure out how to make it better, or draft 2. Yeah. And I think the thing that I ran into a lot with this fantasy book is because, I mean, I'm sure Madeline and CK can both speak to this since they've both written fantasy novels. But with like when you're writing something in the real world, it's easier to, in my opinion, to kind of see where the story can go. But whenever you have your own world with its own rules, you can go anywhere with that story. And there are like, for a little bit with this book before I actually started drafting, I had so much like decision paralysis around like, what are we going to do? Because we can do so many things. Do I want to focus more on this aspect of the world or this aspect of the world or whatever. So I get it. The first draft is the hardest. And then the second draft is actually the hardest.
Yeah.
Also, we had a Christina join us. Hello, Christina. Welcome in. Also unpacking from a trip from out of town. I wanted to cheer you all on. Well, Christina, we are cheering you on because let me tell you something. One thing about me is I hate unpacking. And a lot of the times I will just live out of a suitcase until all the clothes are out of it. And then I'm like, yay, I'm unpacked. Like a month later. But it's fine. We're fine. Hello, JK. Welcome in. Doing so well. Kylie OMG just got back from dinner. Hi. Okay, let me lock in real quick. Hope you were able to lock in, Kylie. So happy to have you here. We have Pasqua here and Steph. Oh my gosh, so many friends joined during that first sprint. We love to see it. Also, we had the timer snafu. CK saved the day because I saw the little like bubble shining and I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, the timer has literally disappeared from the screen.
Yeah.
Don't know. Still don't know how that happened, but it's fine. We're fine.
I was away from my computer because I was like putting my dishes away. And I thought it was over, so I like turned my camera on and sat pleasantly for a moment. I'm like, there is nothing happening. I don't know.
That's so funny. I'm so sorry, but
I was like, okay.
you know, it is what it is. Technology just does what it wants when it wants to.
Yeah.
Alyssa's having trouble trying to figure out what to name her small town. Any suggestions are very much appreciated. Well, Alyssa, you have a renowned world builder or two on the screen. So let us know some things about your small town, and perhaps we can all work together to give you some name suggestions. Let
Yeah.
us know all about it.
Geographical features, how the town originated, like what was its purpose, like whatever you got.
Or just like the vibe you want for the town. It's like small town romance gives us like a direction, but also does it need to sound like a realistic town name? Like
it can be, whatever. And also like what's the genre here? Like I'm assuming it's a small town romance vibe.
No, but like
may not be a romance. Oh yeah, it literally says small town romance novel. I can't read. It's fine.
Okay, so like sweet and cute.
Yeah, like are we like what? Yeah, what Madeline said. Geographically, where are we? Because that will help us determine.
Like, are there cute brooks, cute mountains, cute streams? Like, what's happening?
Like,
because I
give
feel
us all the vibes.
If it's set in the U.S., I feel like every single state has like a town called Dry Creek that's next to a creek that's dry for part of the year. Like I live in Idaho, and there's like 8 dry creeks alone. So like,
oh really? I don't know if we have a dry creek where I'm from.
But like,
we live next to the Mississippi River, so she ain't never drying up.
Everywhere in the Midwest, though, Midwest has a million dry creeks.
Yeah, I'm in the South.
That's what like the locals call it. So like, think what did the locals call this place versus what's officially on the map?
I like that. Because locals, they'll call anything.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, hey, you've been over down to whatever. And then someone's like, looking at a map, this place does not exist on a map. What are you talking about?
Real.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm gonna record that beep 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 and make it my ringtone like it's 2008.
Yes,
oh my gosh. If you do it, I'll die. That's amazing. I've never been anyone's ringtone before. I don't think. I hope not. Yes, Alex, don't complain about the extra writing time, truly. And you got a total of almost 700 words that sprint. Very nice. Steph did not write, but I did figure out my buddy read schedule with my bestie. Oh, that's so fun. Haven't written in a week because I sorted files instead. Took me a whole sprint to sort out my notes. But hey, those notes are sorted now. So, progress. Yes. Decision paralysis is the Mount Everest that stands between me and starting/finishing any first draft, I fear. Yeah. Yeah, but the beautiful thing about a first draft is that you can change it later. You can fix it and decide. Like whatever decisions you make in the first draft, none of it's set in stone.
Yes.
So you can just, if you don't like something after you read it through the first time, just change it.
I know we said the first draft is hardest, and then the second draft is actually the hardest, but the hardest thing is finishing the first draft.
That's tea.
It's hard to do a draft. It's hard to do a draft too. But harder than either of them is finishing either draft. So
yes, and making all of the pieces that you've got in this world and this story come together in one final beautiful bow, or maybe not so beautiful, depending on the story you're writing. I don't know your business, but I know endings are tough, but they're also my favorite because that's when everything that they have worked on and like done throughout the story is when it kind of has its like payoff moment,
Yeah.
And I also just love me a dramatic final showdown. Like I fear that is my kryptonite. Give me any book with a dramatic final showdown, I'm probably there for it. So let's see. Hello, I'm reading through a draft of a friend's whip, hoping to get it finished this week so I can get it back to her. Love that. I
Nice.
was this past week finishing up my beta read of Taylor's second edition of Venture Below. And y'all, I know Taylor's probably not in the chat. She's probably not going to hear this, but let me tell you something. I was a Leo hater before. I just wasn't a fan for reasons. If you've read the books, you maybe know. But in this new edition, couldn't get enough of that man. Could not get enough of him. The yearning, everything. It is so well done. And she was talking to me about it and talking about how she was worried that it would be like a waste of her, time or energy. And I was like, friend, it is worth every amount of energy you put into it, because this newest edition, chef's freaking kiss. I love it. So whenever it comes out, y'all need to go over and hype Taylor up, because it's so good. On another note, one of my goals for 2026 is to get a first draft completed for the whip I'm developing currently. Ooh, so fun. Yes, names can change as the years go by. That is true. Okay, it's about a nurse practitioner and midwife moves to this small town for a new job. I'm thinking of something in the States, although I live in Canada. Okay.
Wow.
Oh wait, but then she correctioned it.
Okay, correct. I'm thinking of something in London instead of the States. Okay. So London.
London.
Do you mean like Great Britain, like England? Because like London is London. Like, do you want like something surrounding London?
Mm-hmm.
Here was my thought process. I was like, well, you could also do like the thing where you like kind of mash two words together and have one of the words be a motif, like Roseville, and have roses be a motif in the story, or like Suncrest and have like a light theme. Those are very American town names, and that will not fly. So I had to like Google Great Britain common town names, and they have like, you want to look at like the name elements, so like the ending like turn like Brighton or Kingston or or like Bradford or Oxford, Chester, Caster, Cester, Wicker Witch, Mouth. You just like look at like words that get used in that area. Like all the rivers in like Great Britain are named Avon because that was a Celt's word for the river.
Yeah, they have a lot of names too of places that use the like blank on blank or blank by blank is very common there. So like if you have like a river or something, it could be blank on that river's name, and that would be the name, and they could shorten it to like something, or blank by blank. Anything like that would very much give like English countryside vibes pretty strongly.
Yes, and I love it. That's so cute.
And I'm thinking like, I don't know, like Everborn, but that sounds kind of fantasy-esque. I'm just thinking of like things that go with like a nurse practitioner and a midwife.
Right.
Like New Life, like it's giving that kind of vibe, because obviously they deliver babies, so midwife is there for that. So that's what I'm thinking in my brain. But really, you could go so many ways. But if you're thinking like London, England, definitely kind of like see what the what do you call that? I guess the standard for like city town names or whatever, or small town names. Yeah. Which I will say, with this book being a British thing, there's so much vernacular that I have had to look up in this book, because they'll say a word and I'm like, I know what that means, but in the context of what you're saying, it doesn't mean what I think it means. And so it's been really cool to see all of the different ways that they use the same word that we use, but it means something totally different. So love that. Or like New England town names are copies of British town names. Yes. Yeah, you can call, new anything, old anything, like old country, new town.
Old country. That's
cute. You could really call it anything. Just feel the vibes. Feel the vibes.
And you
give a body part and a body of water.
Places for.
There you go. There you go. Curious. So what is a name of a place that you have made recently? And I would love to hear maybe like how you found that name, like what it what you pulled from to create that name. It could just be like one that you've made recently, like a town, a country, a continent, whatever.
I have a list because I guess I'm doing revisions and turning a second draft, and I have a terrible, maybe not terrible. I think it's a terrible habit of putting in brackets like town number 5. Come up with it later. It ruins my flow when I'm drafting. So over the break I found, I don't know where my notebook is with all the names. I came up with like 10 place names that were all in the vibe.
All the vibes.
All the vibes.
Look how easy you found that notebook.
It was probably on the bed, but I couldn't see it because it was under like a thing of overalls. So again, I'm in the middle of unpacking.
It's fine.
Okay. So I'm all about vibes when world building. It's all about the vibe because it needs to be consistent to like bring someone in. Like you've been reading a book and then someone's name is like Josh, and then you're like, that's not a name that belongs in this world, and it like pulls you out of it. So I think vibes are so important when you're going with names. So I had 2 country names and I needed 7 because I decided this was a 7-country continent or whatever. The 2 I had were Euphoria and Lumenfell, which Euphoria just feels very, very fantasy, and I just like the vibe of that. And Lumenfell, this is Howl's Moving Castle meets Vanderpump Cinderella. So I was like,
Lumenfell gives me like Skyrim vibes.
Yeah. So I was like, Lumenfell is like star falling because that's a very important plot in Howl's Moving Castle. So like with those 2 kind of setting like the vibe of it, I went ahead and I got Zephyrus, Veridoria, Apros, Kashar, and Saspe, which I'm not like sold on. It feels Ghibli-esque. I'm also going for a very Ghibli feel with it.
I feel, yeah. And
then all my towns are like the typical fantasy, like portmanteaus of like White Coast and Dock Haven, which is inspired by Havenport in Howl's movie. Canyonside, Mapleborn, Dry Barrow is probably my favorite out of these, and Last Wallow. So just like
what was the last one?
Last Wallow. Because the Wallow is like kind of a swamp area. That one I don't actually have a place for, but I was like, ooh, Dry Barrow, and the opposite of that is like Last Wallow, or maybe Lost Wallow. I can't read my handwriting.
That's all right.
Who knows?
Lost Wallow sounds cool though.
Yeah. So I was like, ooh. So I just think you gotta go with the vibe and stick with it. Like commit to the bit.
Exactly. I mean, I have a character named Thunk. You know, like Trigger and Barrel and Blob. Like these are characters' names in the book. You know, but they're all like for example, Trigger, Barrel, and Blob all got their names from different kinds of fish because their father is Commander Pike, which is like an aggressive fish, and like he's the aggressive of the 3, and then the trigger fish, the barrel fish, and the blob fish are all fish that look scary but are actually like harmless. They won't hurt you. And so that's how they got their names. And if I'm being so honest, Ian, if you're in the chat, I have to give Ian full credit for naming the continent that my story takes place on, because the name of my continent is called Tallinn, and but it comes from the word crystalline, just without the Chris at the front. So it's Tallinn, like crystalline, because there's crystals and magic, and so it's all very based around that. So shout out to Ian for helping me come up with that name during one of our brainstorm sessions that we had earlier in the year. Oh, he's here. Ian, shout out to you for helping me with Tallinn. I love it so much, and it stuck, and it fits the world so perfect. So I love it. Madeline, what about you?
Depends on the story. For this one that I'm working on right now, I came up with the language rules for a language that would fit in the sort of like Slavic language family, but isn't specifically one of them. A bunch of generators and stuff that I wrote to create things within that language. And then I'll come up with words for like town and mountain and hill that can be used as little common things. But I don't do all the names like that. So I have some that are of that vibe, like Mira River, Redney Castle, Devaki Post, that all follow like a set of rules for naming places and will have common pieces. But some of them I also name based off where they are, like the name would be directly translated. So like the
Mhm.
town that they're in here is based off like where it is on the map. It's kind of a kind of odd placement for a town in between like two larger like river branches. So it's sort of like a stopping point between trade cities would have been what its main purpose was. So I called it mid market. So like between
Oh,
mid of the markets.
yeah. I love
Mm,
that. That's so cool.
yeah.
Are any of these like words that are a part of like the language that you created, or
This
are
is a
they just kind of
different
inspired?
No, this is just a different setting. So the I only made like a naming language for this. So I have like the phonotactics and the rules and the trends for that that go with this Slavic-esque sounding language. But it's a separate one than the full language I made. Like this is only like the tiniest little taste of a language.
Okay, I love
Mm,
that. That's so fun.
yeah.
We have some other people saying, I find it's not usually exactly what I want, which is okay with me, but if it gets the juices flowing, that is enough. That is so true. That is so true. Ooh, my country slash cluster of islands are called the Aegean Isles, which the name Aegean is like Irish and derived from fire and symbolizing warmth and passion, which is like kind of a big motif. I love that. That's a That's such a cool name, Aegean Isles, and it just
Mm,
rolls off the tongue.
yeah.
It very much feels like
Um,
agency, which is
yeah, yeah.
it's analogous, which makes it really good for a name.
Mm.
Okay. Felicity says Stratford upon Avon is the epitome of everything you just said. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Work that one.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Village Pines is southeast Texas town in my novel. I grew up in that area, and it's the Big Thicket National Forest, all pine trees. And there's a creek nearby called Village Creek. I love.
Ooh, cute.
So, like, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. It can just be like a normal name because it's a normal world. It doesn't have to be anything super amazing and awesome. Because honestly, the story isn't necessarily based around the name of the town. It's based around your characters and what they do in that town. And so I wouldn't put too much weight into, stressing yourself out to the point where you kind of get stuck on that, the two conflicting kingdoms that I have for my project are Delphara and Lucaron. Lucaron?
The Karen? Yeah.
Lucaron.
Lucaron, yeah.
Love that. The story has a mix of fantasy names and normal names. I love. As of right now, I don't have any other names other than Tallinn and Fracture, which is the islands where we start the story, because it was literally a part of the mainland that was shattered or fractured in the Great War amongst gods, and so that's why it's called that. But those are really the only two big place names. There's going to be more in the other books now that we have reached a certain place. I'm not going to spoil book one, but lots of things are going to happen in this book, and I'm so excited because the way that I'm pitching this series, like when I eventually start querying it, is basically like, it's a epic fantasy where queer people get to be the heroes.
Ooh.
And it's not necessarily focused on their queerness. They just are heroes that happen to be queer,
Mm-hmm.
And so in my mind, Luca, gay, straight up. Asher, he's bi, but gay leaning because he loves Luca. We have Jinx, who's our non-binary queen. We have Thunk, who is our ace guy. And then we're in book 2, we're going to meet our trans diva, Farah. I can't wait to meet her. Because they go missing as a boy, but when they find her, she is no longer a boy. She is the queen of a cult, and we love her.
That is great.
Stop it. That's all I aspire to be, actually.
Yeah. So basically, that's how I'm going to pitch this book. It's an epic fantasy with crystal magic where queer people get to be the heroes and save the world. So I'm very excited about it, and there's so many more fun things to discover that I don't even know because that's so many books away. But
yeah,
I'm just so excited about it, and I'm excited to dig back into draft 1. Yes, CK.
I just wanted to say before we get off the topic of naming stuff, one of a really good resource, if you're trying to avoid AI, is fantasy name generators, where it's just like
Mhm.
this big list of like names. It's like crowdsourced and procedurally generated. You can say, give me 10 fantasy town names, and it will give you 10 fantasy town names. But they have like a million generators for every fantasy name you could ever think of. Also,
Literally.
so
I mean,
if
any
you
name
want
generator.
cool fancy name generators, hit it up. It's more environmentally
Mm.
friendly than AI.
Amen. Amen. Oh, bye, Miley. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us. All my names in my current whip are hopefully accurate to Anglo-Saxon/Old Norse Viking fantasy
Ooh.
pending. I love that.
All that.
That's sick.
I can't wait to read all of y'all's books. It's going to be so exciting. Okay, we have yapped really close to the sun, I fear. So we're probably only going to do a 20-minute sprint for this next one. Don't be mad at me, but you got a lot of yapping today, so it's fine. We're fine. But let me get the timer back up. Boop. And hopefully won't have any technical difficulties this round. We shall see. But with that, friends, 20 minutes is on the clock. Make it happen, Captain, and we'll see you in 20. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Oh, my headphones aren't on. That's a problem. Come on. And we're there. Okay. How did it go, friends? How'd you do?
Good.
Yeah.
The bonus scene.
It's coming along. It's definitely not done. It's gonna, I think, take some time to finish it up, but good progress was made.
Good. Love that. CK, how'd it go?
Most of my desk, and then I started reading this book, which I did not start. I continued reading this book. It's called Welcome to the Writer's Life, How to Design Your Writing Craft, Writing Business, Writing Practice, and Reading Practice. I got it from the library, and I'm really enjoying it.
Love.
Use your local
I did something kind of crazy. I sent my official request / brief to who I would like to edit terms and conditions, the professional editor. So got that together, had to, get my synopsis, my word counts, my characters, my, all of that. And so that is literally what I did for the entire 20 minutes was I got that together, and I'm looking for, I wrote a blurb for this book, for somewhere, and I cannot find it for the life of me. So I'm scouring my Discord for that because I'm pretty sure I sent it in one of the Discords. But once I find it, it's literally going to be like a copy paste. I'll read through it, make a couple tweaks if I need to, and then sending it to his inbox. And hoping to start the professional edit of terms and conditions either end of March or early April. So that's exciting. Yeah. And then after I get all this set up, it'll be time to look for a cover designer.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm so excited. I get to look forward to having a whole new book baby come out into the world in 2026, because I do plan to publish this book in 2026. So very exciting stuff. And we have a beautiful kitty joining us.
Yes.
Hello. Love.
She's been like walking.
I love me
out of view.
Yeah. Duchess is currently curled up on a box filled with books under my desk. And then Honey is over there licking an air vent because that's what she does. I really don't know. Let's see. You know what, Alex? You're so right. We may have yapped too close to the sun, but an excellent discussion was indeed had. You're so right. Also, we've changed our mind. We're thinking California now instead of London area. So lots of there we go. Love that. Santa blank. Very, very, very California vibes for sure.
Yeah.
501 words. Oh my gosh, Steph, you're at 71.5K. That's awesome. Love that. I got 307 words. Kylie got almost 1,200 words earlier today with these sprints. I started solidifying, brainstorming one of my side character arcs, and I'm excited. We're excited for you. We love a side character arc. One thing about me, I love a quirky side character. So all I'm going to say is one day when you do read Terms and Conditions, John, he's my quirky side character. I love him. He is a sassy realtor who is obsessed with the color cerulean.
Ooh.
So like there's a whole bit in the first opening chapter where the main character talks about his blue suit and he gets offended. He's like, this is not blue, it's cerulean. Like, it's, sassy.
Love it.
Yes, yay. Feeling motivated. So good. That's the whole point. Motivate. Write your books. Sending all the motivation out in the world. Another 418 words added, around 42K currently for the project. Very nice, Alex. Yes, and we did have a kitty. We love Maisie.
She's the best.
Felicity made 5 mood boards. Totally not procrastinating editing. Been there. Definitely been there for sure. But friends, we have reached the end of the stream. But do not worry, because I will literally be back here tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Central Time, to wrap up this entire 90-day novel challenge. I can't believe it feels like we just started, but it also feels like I've been doing this forever at the same time. And I'm, it's been so fun, but it has been quite tiring to be perceived on the internet for so many hours. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, because like I said earlier, I've met so many more AuthorTube friends and I've gotten to know them more. And also the chat always being here and hyping each other up and keeping me motivated. Truly, all of you are the MVPs for getting this book written in these 90 days, because without y'all, I probably would have just been like, we'll do it next year. But I kept going, and it was all because of y'all. So huge thanks. Real quick before we leave, Madeline, do you want to plug anything?
I have my book is coming out in April, and it's available for pre-order. And technically right now the Barnes & Noble pre-order sale is still live. So you could pre-order it right now off Barnes & Noble for 25% off.
I mean, what's not to love? What's not to love? And you can also request your local libraries to pick it up and stock it in their libraries so that people can get it. And, go to your indie bookstores, request it, say, hey, do you guys have this book? Because if you show demand, that's how the stores and libraries start acquiring these books. So everyone go to your local bookstores, request. I messed up the title every time. When the Beasts Came, or Because the Beasts Came?
Because the Beasts Came, yeah.
Yes, Because the Beasts Came. Go and request it and help Madeline sell some books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yep.
Yeah. And CK, anything you'd like to plug?
All my books, including the 2 I forgot I published this year, are available on my website, ckjensenauthor.com. You can get signed copies. I always send out with a bunch of stickers and other goodies. And I have way too many books sitting in my closet that I've already read them a million times. You can read them for the first time.
Amen. Amen. Support your local authors, because we're just doing our best out here. We have so many friends. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you all tomorrow, and until then, have an amazing evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone you are in currently.